season was probably the best season overall that I ever saw him play. He did absolutely everything for our high school. The first thing that happened was, our middle school went 17-8 and had a great year. Well, the same year, that first year, high school program went 5-19 and had a terrible year. Well, the second year, myself and his dad got to go on up to varsity and coach with them. So ended up being a great year. Gabe played absolutely awesome, led the county in scoring with 20 points a game as a freshman, and made everything. Led us to a 17-8 record and a third place finish in the MTAC. He did things that left people scratching their heads, basically. He really kind of blossomed as a player and blossomed as a person, and really had a fantastic year, and we felt like it was a great year to build on. His last game, we were playing a team that had been a rival for us, and that had actually beaten us earlier in the season, and Gabe scored 28 points, and we beat them by 30, it was 35 or so points. So pretty amazing, and what a great year his freshman year was. Gabe's sophomore season was a very challenging one, and for a couple of aspects. The school we were at started a football program, and Gabe played football, and I really didn't want him to, and asked him not to, and concentrate and focus on basketball. But they were pretty adamant about getting him on the football field, and I knew he was so competitive that he would want to play quarterback, and he ended up playing quarterback. Well, I also knew that the offensive line wasn't that good, and that he would be under pressure and be getting hit a lot in the knees and everything. I just thought there was too much risk for injury. Well, Gabe made it through. There was a couple of things that happened spiritually that I think Gabe struggled a little bit. That football brought, and it wasn't football brought into his life, but it was just what happened that season, and I think he struggled a little bit. But he made it 8 games, no injury, and I was basically praying every week, and he got to the 8th game and had a big knee injury, and that ended his season as far as football was concerned. But he did come back to basketball, and he basically had to play in a brace that constricted him and made him where he could not do the things that he could do when he was a freshman. He just wasn't as quick and wasn't as explosive off the floor, and just didn't do the things that he could when he was a freshman. His shot was off a little bit because of that, and he struggled a little bit, but he ended up getting back. He worked hard first several games, got his game back underneath him, and during one of our practices came down on his ankle and broke his ankle. A testament to Gabe's toughness, he stayed with it, and a testament to God's faithfulness. We thought his season was over. There was a break in his ankle, and then 2 days later they went back and did the same scan, and there wasn't a break. So, but he had to play with a big ankle brace for the remainder of the season. So that again constricted him as far as movement. I mean, he just really could not move laterally and was not as fast forward and back, and he just had all this stuff on him, and it was very, very tough. So it was a very, he averaged about 14 points a game. again, we won 20-something games. We got in the championship game against a very good Christian community team, and they ended up beating us by, I think, 4 or something. But Gabe had a good game, and 16, 18 points, and led us there. But he was very injured. He just wasn't the same type of player that he was his freshman season, and it was due to football taking it out of his legs, and him not getting a chance to work on basketball the way he should. Well, coming out of the season, he was adamant about not playing football again. So he ended up quitting football and focusing his efforts on basketball.